What's
I don't know
going
how
on,
you.
everyone?
I don't know how you do it.
I the
I don't
fast
know.
or going to switch into pizza?
That too. How do you do? Wait, hold on. So you did an 80-hour fast and you come off of it on pizza.
86 hour, get it right. And I only did it because I know that tomorrow I'll probably fast again just because of that. And I'll just get back onto a better routine because of it's the pizza wasn't a problem because I portioned myself. Usually I'll just attack a whole pizza.
You ate you ate a whole medium instead of a whole large. Is that portioning yourself?
Pretty much. No, I only
But it
ate
was
like
deep dish, so it was fine.
it was a Chicago style, so it was squares. So I only just took like five of them. They're small squares, they're not really big. So I
Oh
was
no, you didn't get the big round one?
no, I got that for tomorrow to give to you guys. And I already as soon as I got it, I put it in a Ziploc and I put it in my fridge. And so
Let your
I
dogs run all over it and rub their tail on it.
I at first I made sure that they had to go to the wee first and just like here you go, a little bit of ammonia smell for you. But I gotta say, after doing like the eight, like I only got into this because I randomly stroll across TikTok and I saw like Dana White's fast and I'm not one to like listen to people, but like Dana White never like he's not a bullshitter. Like when you listen to him, like he never has been in his like whatever he says, he's like true to it, like how what he thinks, I guess. And so after I saw him do it, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking try it. So Sunday night or Sunday day, really, I'm like, you know what? I'm just not gonna eat. It's the only I can do it, and pretty much now, yeah, tonight finished it. I feel good. Like it was the struggle was
How much weight did you lose?
just about 10 pounds, and if I go to bed tonight, even after eating, I'll know I'll lose more than 10 pounds tonight.
You're gonna wake up gaining 8 pounds because you ate
What
all
the
that pizza.
fuck? Yeah. No, I feel good. I felt great the entire time. The only time I shouldn't say the whole time, but going to bed. That was the only struggle I had. It wasn't even really a struggle. That's when I just felt uncomfortable going to bed, but I got to bed easily. I always do. Other than that, man, I felt great. I mean, the whole time. Like I could do it again next week, another 4 days, three and
Yeah,
a half.
I can't
Th-
imagine that's good for you to do it that
Uh,
much.
I don't think it's bad for you.
Like it's probably not good for you to do it once, but
Uh,
you know,
well, considering that the doctors and shit, they say that it's I mean it's really good for you as in it kills cancer. It kills all the bad cells in your body when you do that. So it helps like kill cancer. So I mean there's a lot of benefits to it, but it's either people think of it as starving and then fasting. Starving, you don't you're out of control of that. You can't control that. You're starving.
right.
This you know what you're doing and I didn't I didn't feel worried one whatsoever.
Just listen, I'm kind of hoping that you fall dead on the podcast here.
I know
It's
you
gonna
do.
be fucking hilarious. I'm
Um
like, can somebody poke him and see if he's still alive?
but that was the first thing I ate was a Chicago style thin crust pizza, and I only had a couple slices. It was delicious. But
Come on.
I know that I probably should have gone with like applesauce or something to get off of it.
Like a toddler.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, more like you, but I would say
Bastard.
I'm gonna do it again for sure. I'm gonna do it again.
I want to try it. I'm gonna do it in December when you do it.
It's not yeah, we already planned it. December 25th is when we're gonna do it.
I don't think that it'll be a problem for me because
It wasn't hard. It wasn't
yeah, I
hard at
don't
all.
think it's
You get the Ultima refresher, pretty much that electrolyte mix I have. It seriously got me through the day without being hungry.
see, I'm on sugar. Like sugar, like everything I eat is sugary. I drink sugary drinks.
I try to stay
I
away
know.
from all of it.
Yeah, you're not really a
Besides,
sugary guy, really,
yeah,
like I am.
uh, no, but I'll have a night like a drink or like, but I hate soda. I just don't drink
Yeah, see,
soda.
that's all I. And that's my problem. That's all I drink is soda.
I don't like it. If I have to have one,
I
it's like
don't like water. I don't like.
I
You
love
know,
water.
I'll drink like milk or whatever, but that's probably not that
Uh,
much better for
I
you.
don't like milk because I just think of it's like pus coming out of a cow. I just don't like it. I don't. It's something turns me off about milk. I don't know what it is. I was watching documentaries. I'm like, that's what's
I
coming out.
don't.
Yeah, I'm good.
I don't know. I had kidney stones, so some people are like, oh yeah, you get calcium buildup. So I freak out about that, even though it might not even be why I had kidney stones, but
Yeah.
it's a mental thing.
I've never had one, but
It
some
is.
of my brother has had one.
It's kind of like you just want to kill yourself. Like they're so bad,
Just painful in the stomach.
just terrible. Well, they start in your back typically,
Okay.
and then it just works as it's ripping its way through your intestines. It's your.
And it's like the size of like less than a pea, right?
Oh yeah,
It could be like a grain of
tiny.
rice.
Yeah, the one I passed was actually super tiny. I mean, it was really really small. But when it's ripping through your intestines, it feels like a boulder.
I could
But
only imagine. It's weird that, well, it's because you're small, you're big, large intestines, but um, just it's weird knowing that something that small can cause that much pain. My
yeah.
brother had it, and he said the same thing. It was the
Well, if you look
worst
at it,
pain.
it's like I don't know if you know what
It's
a
like it's
sandspur
sand
is,
spur,
but
dude.
yeah, yeah. In Florida, we have sandspurs, and they're little tiny balls, and they just have spikes everywhere, and that's what it looks like. Like if you Google a picture of one,
Yeah.
that's pretty much what it looks like. And then, man, they're terrible,
Yeah.
terrible.
I hope you get one tomorrow for making
I'm gonna
fun of me.
fucking, I'm gonna, I'm probably going to. Every time I
Yeah.
have a pain in my back, I'm like, oh God, please don't let it be a kidney stone. Every time.
How many have you had?
Uh,
About a baker's dozen
three. Two I had to have surgically like broken up and taken out, and one
with a
I
laser.
passed. Yeah, they like break it up. Well, they do like
Did they put you down for that?
yeah, yeah, they knock you out. The first time it wasn't well, it was bad because it like hurt or whatever, but
Yeah.
they knock you out and they like break it up with like sonic waves or something.
Yep.
But a lot of times if they like or they'll go up and get it, like they'll send a tube of your pee
Oh
hole and
yeah.
grab it. But if they can't get it all, they break it up. They'll put a stent in, which will hold your tube open from the tube that goes from your kidney to your bladder.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really go through your intestines. It goes through like a little tube that goes from your kidney to your bladder. And it forces that open the whole time,
Fuck
which is
that.
super uncomfortable for like a fucking week. And you're just peeing blood and everything else.
I was
like...
gonna say something really wrong. I held myself. I held my composure right there with what I was gonna say, because if you would have just went black screen, and I would have been doing this podcast by myself.
I'd have finished this bitch by myself. Oh, you're a piece of shit.
Oh man.
They're terrible, man. Oh
Fuck
man,
that, dude. Oh, maybe fasting can fucking help that shit. Have you looked that up? Like, there's so many benefits to fasting.
A lot of different things called kidney stones. Called kidney. They can be calcium. They can be made up of like too much red meat will do it. It all depends on what your body doesn't process right.
Yeah.
That's all it is excess from what your body didn't process. It just if you stay hydrated and drink a lot of water, you typically don't get a kidney stone because
You'll just pass it while it's so small. You won't even know.
Well, it won't even have a chance to build up. But I
Yeah.
don't drink water, so that's what happens. Like I
That's
drink a lot more water now than I did before. But
yeah, I only drink water. Like
yeah, so you'll probably never have
always.
that problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I know guys that have gotten them one a week, like debilitating. Once
I
a
would
week,
just say
they'll get them.
when I'm not looking, just put a bullet right here.
All right.
Because of how painful it would be. I'm like, yeah, fuck that.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible.
I couldn't even fathom the pain. Like how, like, and you can't stop it. It's just
and
like,
it only hurts when it moves. So like once
do you know
it'll
what's
just
since you've had a couple, do you know what spot it's in? Like, oh, it's coming right now.
Well, the problem is that the two that I had that were really big,
Yeah.
didn't what am I trying to say? Didn't move out of my kidney. They had to go and get them. So I never felt it like go all the way through. The
just
one that was
moving
really
around
small,
in your kidney, just rubbing.
Yeah, yeah. And the one
that
I saw, the one that I had, that I did pass, I felt like go through or whatever. That wasn't super painful because
I wish I would have known, so I could have punched you in the side.
But when it goes into your bladder, the pain immediately stops. Like it's like somebody flipped the switch.
Really?
Like you feel it go into your bladder, and you're like, "Oh God!" But then now you know you got to piss it out.
Oh, here comes his brother.
Yeah,
there's another one right behind it.
How did we get here? I don't even understand.
I don't know. But we're talking about your anatomy right now.
If anybody,
So,
if anybody was going to listen to this episode, I think they're done.
possibly, or it's educational because some people are like,
Or
you
it's
know what? I'm gonna
educational.
start
Listen,
drinking water. Thank you, Ian.
dude, fucking drink water, bro. Like I hate water, but between that and the kidney stone, I would drink water.
That's why I look at you every day when you're drinking a Coca-Cola. I'm like, you son of a bitch. You already
Can't
broke
help
it.
it, man. I can't help it.
I
And I
don't.
don't know if it's like a sugar addiction, which obviously I'm probably addicted to sugar. Like my body, craves it. But I can go without drinking soda if I have something else that I like to drink. But the problem is that typically I don't have something else that I like to drink, and I don't like to drink a lot of other
You
things.
like green tea?
I like sweet tea, but that's just as bad.
That's
Uh,
worse,
yeah, it's just got, especially the way like
especially with the heat.
my fucking grandmother used to make this sweet tea, bro. I mean,
Wait, is that
she
the is
probably
that is that the kind where you put it on the porch and let the sun do its job?
basically, yeah. But
Oh
there's
yeah,
19 bags of sugar in that motherfucker, and
oh yeah.
if you drink that and don't get diabetes, you're never gonna get diabetes. Like it's just you're good.
Yeah.
But it's fucking yeah. I don't know, man. Kidney stones are no joke. I don't want them.
Well, I wish.
Anyway,
I
while I'm
wish.
drinking while I'm drinking my
You
soda.
son of a bitch, Louisiana chicken, right on that.
Oh god, I love Popeyes. How do you not like Popeyes?
I've had Popeyes once in my life. That's it.
What?
Never again have. You want to know when I got it? When they came out with like the sandwich that was
The
rival
chicken
to
sandwich that you
Chick-fil-A.
couldn't get? Yeah.
Yeah, I got one. I'm like, dude, this thing sucks. Like,
It wasn't great.
it was not
The,
good. Like,
their biscuits are fucking amazing. They have better biscuits than KFC, but KFC's chicken's better.
see, I don't. Last time I went to KFC was like 5 years ago.
But their biscuits are super dry, so
I like
like
honey and butter on my biscuits.
yeah.
That's it.
On the KFC biscuits are really good, and honey on the Popeyes biscuits are good too. But like you couldn't eat a whole biscuit without like drinking something or having something on it. Just dry, you choke to death. And
You want to
die.
kill someone? Give them 2 biscuits. Trust me, they're not making it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you want to kill a fat person, just give them a couple biscuits and they won't be able to resist.
That's it.
And then
God.
you're dead. How did I? I gave him Popeyes.
Yep. Oh, my
So
camera
good.
died. Camera died.
So good.
That's upsetting.
Died like the battery's dead?
It might be. Yeah, I think so. At least we're using audio, but
I just see the dark abyss that is your life. So that's, that's how it feels when you come off an 86-hour fast. Just everything's black.
lights out. Would not be surprised, dude.
Oh
Let's see.
man.
Other than that, crazy topics to talk about. Fucking Iceland with their fucking volcanoes.
All right, so I don't understand that. I keep reading. I've read a couple of different things about them.
What part don't you understand?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna find it right now because I know. Like just today, they had like 3.5 earthquakes in this little city in Iceland, or a little town in Iceland,
Oh yeah, dude.
which I think they pretty much evacuated.
They evacuated that whole fucking town because of they're like, hey, just letting you know, this is gonna blow. It could blow now or in like a week, it could blow in a month. We gotta get everyone out of here. Imagine just uplifting your whole family where you've lived your whole life and be like, hey, it's gonna be gone. Like your whole area, your whole town's gonna be destroyed.
Yeah,
Like
and
where do they go at that point? Does that government help them with those situations?
I mean,
You
yeah,
would
you would
think.
You would think so. I mean, I don't know what you even do. Like, I don't know. That's just it's crazy to think. But the problem with that is that everything is gone. Like you don't even. It's not even like a tornado where like you might be able to find bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Like there ain't nothing left. There's nothing.
No,
Anywhere.
it's all gonna be on fire.
Right.
So like
So
how is
like
it?
you can listen. We've been through major hurricanes, and thankfully, none of my shit's really been damaged that bad, but we've seen the devastation that they caused, right? Like, we've driven down Fort Myers Beach and through Sanibel.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
dude.
it's devastation. But
Like
even
no other.
then, like even then, you could still find like something.
At least you can see green grass. They're only going to see molten lava and like hardened lava rock.
Yeah, like is it even inhabitable after that? Like, or is the
I
whole place just gone?
I don't think it is. I don't think it is because once it does that, it's like it'll take years for like
I guess once it's
vegetation to grow
hardened,
through.
yeah, yeah. I wonder if it grows back. You know, like they say, if you when wildfires happen after like we have
Oh, that's you.
wildfires in the Keys
They do
are
it on
going down,
purpose.
yeah, through like Alligator Alley,
Yeah.
and you go through a year later and it's green and lush, and you know that's how like nature revives itself. You know,
Oh
it clears
yeah.
out all the dead, and then it just grows back greener and nicer than ever.
But with that, you got lava rock. Like that would suck
Yeah,
to walk on it in the first place. Like
yeah, I don't think anything grows back through that. I think you're pretty much done.
yeah, at that
That would
point
be,
you're done.
but
There's
they're
nothing
like,
there's nothing you can
but
do at that point.
and you're on a basically an island. You know what I mean? Like, where you gotta go somewhere.
That whole island is made from volcanoes, I believe. But then
Yeah,
what's
and they're
happening
not
now is
even. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say what's happening now is the tectonic plates are just destroying it. That's all
Well,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Like literally, that's all it's destroying that place. Is
It's what.
underneath. Did I get it working? Might have got it
Nope.
working. No, I got it working. You just give it a second. No, I didn't. There it is.
There it is.
Fix it every time.
Good job.
But yeah, it's with that. Nope, didn't work. With that happening though, I I would just leave the fucking country, dude. I wouldn't even want to live there. Like, you know that
Yeah.
it's an active, not just a small volcano. It's kind of like a fucking massive super volcano that just it's gonna take out. Like, I don't even want to know the kind of devastation. Once that blows, how much of the ground is going up with it?
Well, they're not even 100% sure that it's actually going to blow. They're still they think it's going to,
I
just
think it
based
I
on
think I think it's
based on
done.
the earthquakes and stuff. But
Well, they had like
there's a
1400.
yeah, but there's a chance that it solidifies before it actually erupts. But I don't know how they tell. They've already evacuated like a bunch of towns, so I don't. I'm assuming they're expecting it to blow at any minute. But I don't know. That's
And like, where are they sanctioned to since they're their own island? I get
yeah. I
it.
mean, they'll probably have to go into Canada and
Well,
the
Iceland is.
U.S. and
I wouldn't
yeah,
think so. I think they're gonna. Iceland is. Where's Iceland on the map? Iceland's up by like
it's up by Canada, kind of like to the right of Canada.
closer to Ireland, right?
No, I don't think it's that far. I have to look at that map. I don't think it's that far. I think it's more kind of northeast of
Um,
like Canada.
Iceland.
How do we not know where Iceland is?
Well, okay,
Oh, we're retarded.
you're definitely retarded. It's right, Greenland and
Greenland. Okay.
it's right next to Norway and
So
Scotland. Yeah.
Greenland's what I'm thinking of. Greenland's right off kind of
Oh, see,
Canada
I
and
was
then
thinking
Iceland.
I was thinking they'd go to Ireland area, but
Yeah.
so we actually technically I was right. I was closer. But
And Greenland, they'll go to Greenland. They'll go to, anybody that'll take them in, really, because at that point they're refugees.
I'm
You
sure
know,
we'll bring them all in. Bring them on in, every one of them.
every one of them.
I could see it.
I don't know. I like watching natural disasters. I
I
mean, it's not fun to be in, I
there's one
guess.
on
But,
Netflix that I've been watching recently, and I gotta say, it's just look up natural disasters, and there's like it's called like Earth Storm.
right.
It's literally I think it's literally called Earth Storm, and it's like major natural disasters, dude. Highly recommend watching it. Like
Was it like a documentary?
yeah,
Yeah.
of just like crazy fucking storms. You gotta check it out.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if you could time travel to any point in time and see a natural disaster, which one would it be?
Ooh, the one that they all
And
ooh,
live through it.
ooh, the one that they all lie about. Noah's Ark. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
that a natural? Oh, I mean, I guess the flood is a natural
The flood,
disaster.
bro. Okay, where's the boat?
But there ain't nowhere to go. Like you're just on a boat, bro. Like once that flood hits, it's a wrap. Oh, you better
It's
learn how to
it's
swim or something. You ain't
it's
got nowhere to
it's
swim to.
it's all a lie. But saying,
What
um,
did I? What was I reading the other day? I was reading something. They built like a Noah's Ark somewhere. I think it's in Maryland or Missouri. I don't know, one of these places. Starting with an M. And I guess it was damaged through in a storm. Like it was damaged through like a flood or something. It was just really ironic the way that it was damaged.
yeah.
It was
As
like
in,
a
like,
major.
was it a major storm that took it out, or was it like a really stupid storm that just?
Well, it was like a major storm. I mean, it was a big rain event or whatever it
I'm
was, or
sorry,
flash
but
flood.
at that
But
time period, you're
like
not
that's
getting every animal on Earth with a mate on a boat. It's just not happening. I'm sorry, I'm gonna bring it up again. I don't care.
I don't. I mean, I don't know. I guess. How do you?
Like,
Yeah.
like
How do you even get? How
realistically,
do you even get two elephants on a boat?
exactly my point. We're talking about elephants. We're talking about rhinos. We're talking about chimpanzees.
Well, you don't have to worry about sea life because the water's got you. Anything
That's
that can
very
live in the
true.
water, you don't have to worry about.
Okay, what about Tyrannosaurus rexes?
Well, they weren't. They
I'm
weren't
just
around. They weren't
joking,
around you.
but they didn't bring up those. You know what I
Just two
mean?
T Rexes on the front of a boat.
Yep. But I'm saying, like,
You ever been on a boat and the captain's like, "Listen, we need half of you to move to the right, half of you to move to the left to balance out the boat." How do you balance that fucking boat out?
exactly, dude. Well, actually, you just take one of each.
Put them on
That was
each side of the
very,
boat.
very simple.
How
It
long
was.
you live in a boat with animals before you want to kill yourself?
I would like it. I'm an animal person. I'd,
Eh,
I would enjoy it.
I don't think you would. With all those animals, I don't
Out of
know.
all animals, the only ones I don't want on there are wiener dogs.
What
I
you have?
I don't like wiener dogs.
You've only got 9 of them, bro. Like,
Eh, right now, I'm just staring down at my finger where it was halfway bitten off because my wiener dog got in a fight with the other one, and I got in the middle, and they bit my finger off on the tip.
Got beat
It was
up by a
horrible.
wiener dog. It's
I
still the
did.
greatest thing. Listen, that's still the greatest thing that ever happened to me. That's all I know.
All I know is that thing's scared to death of me ever since he bit me. I just look at
Oh,
him, and he's like, you know what? He ain't cool.
oh man,
He took a chunk, man.
that's funny.
It still feels weird today, and I still have pains from it.
Well, probably I'm sure it damaged all the nerves and everything.
Yeah. It hasn't even been that long since it happened either. But
You know what? Out of all the answers I expected, the time travel question, that was not the answer I expected. That's
yeah, it went down a
no,
weird path, man.
it did.
I'm going through a real dark time right now, okay?
Things are real dark right now. I'm not really.
Yep.
I'm not comfortable talking about it.
But if I have to, like, for a natural disaster, if I had to be through one and live through it, it would have to be that volcano that fucking took out so many fucking people. Was it
Pompeo.
Pompeo? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of
Yeah.
imagine the sheer force to turn them instantly into ash.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's yeah.
Like,
That's
we're
not
talking about an explosion that is greater than a bomb
right.
fucking going off. And dude, that'd be fucking nuts, dude. I've seen like the pictures of them, and like I know you probably have one hanging up with a guy that's just like whacking it. And
I appreciate you staying out of my bedroom and don't bring my personal shit up on the air.
But I'm saying like there was people like didn't know what the fuck was going. That guy knew what was going on. It's like, you know what? I'm going out with a bang.
You know what? I'm getting one out real quick, dog.
Yep.
I ain't fucking
I
going
mean,
out like this.
more to him. I would have done the same thing.
I mean, listen, I ain't mad at him. I would have done it.
I'm actually impressed. Oh, fucking Christ. But like, other than that, the natural disasters we have besides Pompeii, that was like the major one of like it's so long ago. What's another one that was so fucking
um,
like part of history? That's how big it was. You
You
know
know
what I
the
mean?
one recently, it would be the one like what was it, 89 in LA, the big earthquake that
Cut down the whole street like
was it San Francisco or yeah, I think it was San Francisco.
that, or the
That
fucking dude tsunamis, man.
that would be terrifying because there's nowhere to go, bro, and you can't hide from water.
No, like that water touches you, you're already dead.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna. That current will just pull,
Yep. That
dude.
would be crazy to see that. Imagine just being on the beach and looking up and going, ah, shit.
Yep, that's it. That's a wrap.
There's nowhere to even go.
At that point, just lay down.
Yeah.
Ian, I think we just lost Ian in the podcast. Let's get him back into this podcast. Hopefully, everyone's enjoying our funny conversations on a Wednesday. If anyone has questions for us, we'll answer them. Just write them in the comments. We'll get back to you on them. Let me see where Ian's at. Anyways, Ian's, let's just say he had to go to the little girl's room. See where he's at. One moment. Here we go. Ian's coming back, hopefully in 5 seconds. One thing about Ian, always has technical difficulties. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm always there to help him out, though. There he is.
Yo,
Connecting with audio. There we go.
what the hell?
Um, a little awkward in the last couple minutes. I gave a short story about you, so just
What
saying.
the I don't know what the hell that was about. It just
You
said
know what?
leave
I
and it
think
went
I think
black.
what happened is you accidentally clicked it and hit leave meeting.
Well, no, I don't know.
Yeah, you might have done that.
I don't think I clicked anything though because I was looking
Well,
at an
I
article.
saw you accidentally click something and then it happened.
Hmm. I clicked the volcano thing and it popped up. Oh, maybe my mouse. Oh, no, my mouse is right there. I don't know.
Ian took the short
Anyway,
bus.
this is what happens when you leave me in charge of electrical stuff.
This is exactly what we were talking about while you were away. So it's all right. I guess people get a gist of what was
Anyway,
happening,
so that was what he was talking about.
but
What the hell? I don't know. What were we
and,
talking about? Pompeo? Want to blow stuff up?
well, I wonder what the next natural disaster is going to be.
Probably a volcano that's about to blow up in
Well,
Iceland.
I'm talking about in the U.S.
Uh, it'll be probably a hurricane. Nah, tornado season, I think is coming. When's tornado season?
Well, it's either that or imagine it like some really fucking strong blizzards. They've been getting stronger and stronger every
They said it's supposed
single
to be a
year.
really cold winter. It's already like snowing stuff up north.
Yeah, and it was
They're saying
snowing
like
it.
30 inches in some spots.
I don't even want to imagine waking up to that. I just wake up angry.
Right.
Like
I
I
don't know
look
how
at it,
people
I'm
do
like,
it.
well, the
I
thing
don't
is,
know how people.
I don't know how people work. You know what I mean? Like, what happens when that happens? Like,
Like living there, I could probably deal with, but getting up, going to work, having to drive in it every day, or maneuvering it every day. I don't know. I can't. A lot of people love it, man. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's a great thing ever." It just sounds like a ginormous
one
pain
of
in
the
the ass.
last experience I had a 93 Grand Prix, like Pontiac Grand Prix,
Right.
and I was going to work at like 5 in the morning because I graduated from high school a year early, and someone fucking hits black ice and comes right into my lane. They can't steer. They can't. It's just they're going right at me. So what I do, I try to move out of the way, go off to like the median a little bit, and I I caught rocks, caught grip, went right into a tree going like 45 miles per hour, dead into a tree. I will never fucking live where it snows ever again because of that.
I don't.
My car, get this. I was driving to work. This is after my car hit the tree. I called my mom. I'm like 18 at the time. I'm like, I just totaled my car. Someone almost hit me and they hit black ice. And so I tried to dodge them. And then my car went into a tree. And all she said is, you better get back to fucking work. I'm like, I think I need medical attention. Like my chest hurts.
my, I can see my
We're
rib.
talking about I had a 93 Grand Prix. My airbags did not deploy. So
Did he even have airbags?
I don't think so at the time.
They
But
were an
as
option in '93.
surprisingly hitting that tree going that fast. Maybe I only saw it because my tires were spinning, but I was going probably 30 miles per hour into this tree. Hit it. I managed to spin the tires and get out of it, out of the snow, back onto the road after I got yelled at from a phone call. And to go back to work, my car is on fire in the parking lot. My manager's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I just totaled my car into a tree, and I was like, I didn't want to miss work.
My mommy said I had to come to work anyway.
This is why I always show up 3 hours early at work. Case of a situation. It
Your
was just
mommy's gonna yell at you again or what?
it was embedded into me. It was a horrible childhood.
Oh my god. Yeah, you had a rough childhood. That's probably a story for
Yeah, we're gonna have to have
another time.
a Dateline NBC kind of
I'll
setup.
I'll I'll need Dr. Drew here for
But
that. 'Cause
what's gonna happen is we're gonna have the setup and the camera is gonna be behind your shoulder, and you're asking the questions.
I'm gonna do
It's
it.
looking right at me.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
You wear a suit and everything,
I'll be
and
like,
I'll wear like the suit that like I'm not ready for, or just like
is he crying? I want to see if I can make you cry.
I can do it on camera. I can let it out.
Is that snot running down his face?
You end up hugging me.
Now we're both crying.
Yeah.
we have to go to break. Snot's just running all over the place.
I love you, man.
I feel so bad for you. Oh, it's terrible. We're bad human beings, but it's funny.
It's really
yeah, your
But-
story would be
I
I
mean,
don't-
that's a worldwide story, to be honest.
yeah, that would bring down the whole podcast, I think. I don't think we can
Or
we need to start another podcast for that.
Yeah.
We'll just call it a day in the life of Tyler.
well, how about, not the day in the life. It'd be the growing up. I don't know.
Every week we do an episode on one day of your on one day of your life.
Just chapters of how bad it was.
Yes.
Anyone that knows me knows what happened.
Every week we just do another.
And anyone
chapter
that
of your
doesn't
life.
know me, I get death threats.
I
So-
wish you were kidding, but that's a true story.
It's true. It's true. A bad time. Anyone
Most of
wants,
them are from
if-
most of them
if-
are from me from another email account.
you son of a bitch. If I had to change my name, I had to. But I'm saying,
I've got 98 email accounts. I just send death.
if
threats
there's
to
people in
you.
the comments that are listening to this and you guys want to hear like an actual story, Ian we can set up like an interview type where he'll ask me questions. So anyone in the comments, leave a comment on our podcast.
Oh, man, it's terrible.
It was
because it'll be funny for me.
it was not funny. It was a bad childhood. Let's just say I was put into some very uncomfortable situations.
Oh man,
But other than that,
it's a great story. I mean, it's.
I guess we can try to get Taylor on, but he'll just say he pleads the fifth.
Yeah, I don't
So-
remember.
Yeah. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. I can't.
I have a lot of questions for him. You want to be honest about it? Because
I would too. I would too.
I think he's full of shit. Like, there's part of my childhood I probably blacked out on, and like, but
I
most
can
of it
only
was my
imagine.
doing.
Oh, man.
That's too far. Too far.
We're just getting started.
Oh man. This is why we can never like be famous and do anything
Like,
good.
Wait, we have a caller coming in. It's my mom on Zoom.
If there's a God, I'll be able to set that up. I don't know how I'm gonna do it,
You
but
know what?
goddamn it, I'm gonna do it.
I think I could make it happen.
She's gotta
don't
be
know.
allowed.
I don't know what I would even say to her.
I'll handle it. I got this done. You just blur out your face.
You just go like this. Oh man.
Everybody's gone now. There's no one else. They've already turned it
No,
off. There's
people
no
are
way
so
they've made it this far.
If they've listened to this, they're really invested to know what happened. I just
Well,
have
they
to
gotta
know.
be curious.
It's a bad
I
time.
gotta do an interview with you. I have to.
Dude. We need to get. Yeah, I think. Yeah, we'll have to. We're gonna set it up. We're gonna do it one day.
We're gonna get Taylor on, but we're not gonna tell him what it's about. It's gonna be a blind.
And then what I'm gonna do is
side.
just I'm just gonna have a bunch of flashlights in his face just going off
yes,
just in the camera. So he's
it's
like,
just gonna be a blind side completely. So I'm not gonna tell him what we're gonna talk about. We'll tell him we're gonna do aliens or something, and all of a sudden. So
think we
anyway, we
gotta do
have
it.
a special guest on.
I'm really glad that like I can look past it and like make. I'm not gonna say make fun of it because it's a very serious situation, but I can at least not be too beat up and depressed about it.
Yeah, it hasn't completely ruined your life. Yeah.
Not yet. I mean, when I'm 40 years old. And,
We're working on it right now. If you give me a
Yeah,
minute,
yeah, exactly. I can see it.
10 more minutes of this episode, and it's all gonna be over.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's gonna be.
Oh, man.
Other than that,
I'm crying.
one thing I want to talk
Okay.
about is like the one thing I wanted to bring up too is everything they're coming. I don't know if you've seen videos of the James getting way off subject, but we need to get off subject because I don't want to be on that subject.
We probably do.
James Webb Telescope, dude. James Webb, yeah, the James Webb. That thing is so fucking nuts, dude. The things it's pulling in.
I don't even understand that, like some of that, but it is fucking insane what they're doing with it.
The one thing I want to know, and like I would like I know they probably explained it, but like if how can they tell what elements are on a planet that far away? There's like, how can they do it? I know they can get pictures, but how can they be like, oh, there's nitrogen and there's oxygen and there's you know what I mean?
There's got to be some telltale sign of. Isn't there like a planet that like rains diamonds or something?
Yeah, no, that's
like
Saturn.
Is it Saturn or like Neptune? I don't know.
I think it's Saturn that does it. It rains diamonds.
Yeah, but how do you? We should be trying to get there, dog. Forget Mars. There's nothing cool on Mars. I want to go there.
Well, the thing is, not even. Why don't you create something that can stand that force? I know it would be really hard considering we can't even do fucking hurricanes with our houses, but not saying that NASA can't.
I don't know, man.
Like how they figured out that there's a fucking meteor or a fucking asteroid that's coming. Like
I don't even understand how they figure out where they're looking. You know, like what direction they're looking in.
Because there's no like, it's no up down, no left right. It's all axis and it's y axis, and I guess it's.
And how do you, make it relative to where you're at? You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah,
I think they're just trying to make it relative. So like, hey, this is a potential spot that we can, in 10,000 years or 5,000 years, if we send something there, we can get there. It's gonna be like if I see it's gonna be like the movie Passengers with
great movie.
Fucking love that movie, dude.
Love that movie.
It's gonna be something like that, and like and mixed with Alien.
It's like an 80-year.
You know what I mean?
Everybody's gonna pass out in pods, and they're gonna wake up, and there's gonna be like alien overlords that have taken over the ship.
Yep.
It's gonna be me. I woke up early, and I just befriended a bunch of aliens, and we just had giant alien parties until everybody else woke up.
We all know what kind of party it's gonna be,
and they're gonna.
I bet they're gonna
they're gonna find my body right with just nothing but a bunch of dead aliens, and it's gonna be the most confusing thing ever. Like they're never gonna be able to put together what happened.
Just blood running down your legs. I had a great time.
I'm gonna have like the cave paintings, but I want to paint my own pictures on the wall.
There you go. Yep, I can see it. You sick son of a bitch. But like realistically though, how are they telling from like 10 million light years away? How are they knowing what's on it? Like not what's on it, but like what elements are on it. So it's like they're only giving like, I would say, snippets of things that they know, or you know what I mean? They're not.
I wonder how right they are about some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
I would guess they're pretty fucking dead accurate, dude.
As well,
if I'm gonna trust anyone, it's gonna be them.
Yeah.
Bunch of scientists, dude. I don't think
like
all.
I don't know that. I mean, I not that they're intentionally like misleading, but what if they're just wrong? You know what I mean? Like, what if like everything? What if what we understand isn't
actually
applicable on another planet? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
our laws of physics are something completely different on a planet that's 800 billion miles away. You know what I mean? Like,
but they would know that. But they would know that.
But how would they know that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, okay, we've got to Mars, and
we put a rover on Mars. Yes, so yeah, we know what's on that because we put a rover on there,
which is pretty fucking cool, dude. That's like biggest accomplishment.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's hard to think about. Like, I think about it all the time, like randomly. I'm like, okay, so like I always listen to Star Talk Radio and stuff, or I'll listen to I'll see them on TikTok or on podcasts.
What I don't understand, and it's confusing the shit to me, is the space-time thing. Like, the faster you go, the faster time goes, or slows down,
No,
or vice
slower. It
versa.
slows down.
Right. And relative to like the observer, because my time doesn't change, your time moving away really fast doesn't change to you,
But it changes to
but
you.
it changes to it. Well, it technically doesn't change until you turn around and come back.
Uh,
Now all time is starting to change because
well, the
you're
thing is,
coming back.
you're on Earth that's orbiting so fast, and it can't go any faster. So you're always going that same speed. We're held
Right.
on by gravity, so we don't feel that.
Right.
And like Earth's moving what 40,000 miles per hour or something. It's like
It's like 17,000 miles an hour, I
it's
think.
ridiculous. It's up there.
Yeah.
But if you're moving, if I'm moving fucking 100 times that,
Well,
like
you'd have, I think the speed of light is like 180,000 miles an hour.
something
I think it's
crazy.
something like that. It's something ridiculous.
But
So, but that's the problem with time travel is NASA says it's possible
yeah,
theoretically, but you have the space-time continuum issue to contend with. Like one of the issues, one of the things I read on time travel was Stephen Hawking's did this thing where he threw a party for time
I
travelers,
remember this. Yeah,
but he didn't send out an
any invites?
invitation until
Yeah.
the day after the party,
Mm-hmm.
and then that way only people from the future would know about the party, and obviously no one showed up. But maybe, and so that raises the question: are there time travelers in the future coming back to us?
So here's the question on that. Like, I've heard that before, but like, since he didn't send it out, also, he didn't send it out the next day and no one ever showed up. No one ever knew.
Well,
You know
he
what I
sent it
mean?
out eventually. He sent it out to people. He made it public eventually, but no one
Okay.
ever showed up. Like if I had a party today, but I don't send out the invitation till tomorrow, and you're on Saturday, you get that invitation. You can time travel. You can try time travel back to
Oh, that's true.
yesterday. You know what I mean? That was the point of it. That was the supposedly the idea behind it.
I like it, but like,
I think there's a
imagine
lot of flaws in that
there is because
because
maybe not the right people knew. Only like,
right.
it's only the people he knows. He's not going to send it out. Like, you can't send it out somewhere that's like everyone's going to see it.
Right. I don't know who you. I mean, I obviously in the scientific community, those people probably people that would be able to do it probably.
Yeah.
But then you don't know who. You don't know how far ahead you'd have to go to time travel. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly. Yeah.
if somebody 200 years from now can travel back in time, they would have never got that. You know what I mean? Because it's only for people that are alive now.
Yeah.
So they would have had to been alive, 30 years from now to come
Well,
back
it's
to
not even that.
today. Time travel.
It's from now. It's from the future. So
Right.
the thing is, like with time travel, is the only thing is whoever's going to create it is going to create. There can only go back to the point that they created. You can't go back further.
Well, a lot of
So
scientists believe that you can only go forward in time. And
that's
I
like
don't know
fuck. That's like
how.
that's doable. Like in a way, if you think about it, well, I've always saw it as like whenever you create that, like if you created a time machine, you can only ever go back to that time you created it and started it. You can't go back any further because it was never created. You're only going back to that spot, the
But
same
you'd have to
spot.
have a way. You'd have to have a way to get back to where if you didn't have to use that machine. You know what I mean? Like if there was go take it to Family Guy. If you had a little disc that you stood on and it
Yeah,
transported you back to whatever,
yeah.
you would have to have that with you and have to be portable. But then you have the time travel paradox of if you run into your grandfather and you kill him, then you don't exist, so you never went back in time.
Yeah.
But a lot of people talk about that and they
Well,
say,
that's just
well,
another, and it's an alternate reality at that point.
it would spin off into another
Another web, like a,
multiverse essentially.
yeah, that's exactly. It's so
You would
technically in
create
your,
one.
yeah, you'd create one that's just not good, but um,
The weird thing to me is that okay, so you start right
let's
now,
just,
look at
yeah,
today, and you went back into time. You look back. Well, you went back in a week ago. You went back in time. That's still your future, right? Because it's still happening. It has yet to happen to you. Whatever happens, even back in time, It's still your future.
Only thing is, you could never create it to go back in a week in time because you never created it a week ago. You
Well,
never.
if it works that way, that's the thing.
I
Is
think. I think it
it
would.
depends on your delivery method. It depends on how you do it.
Yeah.
Maybe the what we need to travel in time exists now. We just haven't put it together yet and know it. So maybe in 50 years from now, we realize we can use our smartphone somehow, and we could have done it 20 years ago and went back in time. But we
Everyone
just
would do.
don't. We just haven't put that together yet. You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying, but
But then now you're talking about different paradoxes, and some people think that you can't go back into your timeline. You're going to go back into another timeline because the universe will not let you do it. There's restraints on you being able to go back into your timeline because again, you run into the paradox issue of if somebody, you're going to kill somebody, change something in your timeline.
I think that's only maybe.
But it's not really your timeline anymore. Like that's I don't think it would be your timeline anymore.
No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't. You've gone past yours and you can never go back. So you're
Right.
creating something different.
And then do you go back to if you can go back, do you go back to your timeline or do you go back into the future of the one you created? It's a very back to the future question. You know what I mean? Like if you step on an ant, does it change? What does that change? You know?
I know what you're saying.
I don't know. I just want to go time traveling. There's some things I want to check out.
I think oh, it's Jamie.
I could do a whole thing on we should do a whole thing on podcast. Time travel.
I highly recommend you watch The Dark for time travel. It is I'm telling you, it goes so into depth. It's a show. It is so good. It's probably my favorite show on Netflix.
Yeah. That's the one that has the weird.
Yeah. But you get over it after like 3 episodes from how good it is. I'm telling you.
Calling me too.
Jamie is?
Yeah.
Oh, they said James.
No, Jamie.
Yeah, he's calling me.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I have trouble watching shows that have like that weird thing going on.
I'm telling you right now, once you see it, you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like
I think I watched like the first. No, that was was it the Black Mirror that I was one of those that I watched.
Black Mirror is a really good show as well.
I watched the first episode and I'm like, I can't do it.
Watch The Dark. Watch The Dark for sure.
I'll try.
I could go on a whole fucking episode of time travel. Like another thing, like one thing I've always thought about too. Do you know how they've always said scientists or whoever like that if someone looked at us from like a million light years away with like a telescope they could reach us, they could see us.
Yeah, but they wouldn't see us.
They would see dinosaurs.
Yeah, we're not there yet. Like we wouldn't be there. Yeah.
So isn't that the same thing with the James Webb looking out? They're only seeing stuff that wasn't there yet. It's just hasn't happened yet. And really in their time, they're probably ancient civilizations.
Well, you know what I mean? They think they can go back as far as the Big Bang. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to go back and witness the Big Bang.
So going back that far. So how do they know that they went too far and they didn't see the civilizations that already built, just like Earth? That's
that's the thing about like when you talk about ancient civilizations, which I want to do next time.
Yeah, for sure.
Like get deep into it. But there's been so many civilizations on Earth that have been wiped out, just annihilated.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude.
And we find pieces of some of them. We find like Mayans and we find ancient Egyptians and ancient Sumerians and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And the ancient Sumerians are believed to be the first. But what if there were whole civilizations before them that were just as advanced as us?
And they saw them the same way?
Yeah, like what if they've done all this before? Like what if they had computers and internet?
It's just a reset.
And the world, the Earth just swallowed it up. Like something happened catastrophic, a comet or whatever, just like the dinosaurs, and just wiped them out. And you never know because the Earth has just swallowed it up, and think about, when they excavate a archaeological dig, how deep they got to go sometimes.
Oh, way
Well,
deep, dude.
what if the dirt is just so thick and there's so many different, centuries of muck on top of it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's under 2,000 feet of dirt. You know what I mean? Like, who knows?
And like, what if those were us back then, and no
Well,
one knew?
right, exactly.
Like
Like, what if they were just as technologically advanced as we are now, and there's just no record of it because there's nothing left?
this is the stuff that keeps me up at night. It does. Does it not for you? Like thinking about those things, like,
Yeah, because, well,
dude, I
this is how
lost
my
in these,
mind
dude.
works, and like I run into these things, and then yeah, I start reading, and it turns into a whole podcast.
I have this book that's all about ancient history and like all the stuff that they've uncovered. I actually got it with you at Barnes and Noble,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I'm still going through it, like because I have like 12 books I'm fucking currently going through. It just sucks that
Most of them are Where's Waldo. Let's be honest. I'm
um,
gonna find them one day.
I'm just letting you know I found them all.
It's they're all word searches, but they're like third grade level,
Yep, you
like
would.
cat and
Yeah, yeah. I'm done with this podcast.
and we're done.
But it's cool to think about. Like, it's so hard to think about that. Like, certain things, like the Egyptians, we know a lot about them, but
Mhm.
there's things that we have no idea how they did it,
Yeah, like the
like at all,
pyramids. The most simple things, like the pyramids. How do they build them?
and no one knows how.
The
There was
stones
a
are 2 tons.
there
Like, what
was
do
a
you? How do you?
guy. Did you hear about that story about the guy in Miami that created his house similar, and no one
Yeah,
knows
I've been
how it?
there. Yeah, I've
Oh,
been there.
dude, I want to go there.
It's not very spectacular, but the
It's like
idea behind it is super cool. And he used like shale or whatever we have, like that's
coral kind of
yeah,
like,
yeah, it's
right?
coral. It's called the Coral Castle is what it's called. It's in Miami.
And like he never told anyone how we lifted those.
Yeah, and
Okay,
they're monsters, dude. Like, they're really big, and um
I
I
get
mean,
it. I get it with today's machinery. Could have like no, this was a long time ago though, right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
So like no one ever knew. Like I still want to know how they made that. There's no way, not even with fucking 10,000 people. There's no way you can get that structure done by themselves.
Yeah, it was built by one man, Edward Les. Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one. Lescanian from 1923 to 1951. Ed
Jeez.
single-handedly and secretly carved over 1,100 tons of coral rock, and his unique process has created one of the world's most mysterious accomplishments. It's cool to see, man. I mean, there's not a whole lot left of it, but he's got like he was big into astrology, I think, also. So there's a lot of like moons and stars and
Yeah.
like that type of stuff
Not a
also.
bad thing. That's kind of fascinating.
But I mean, from 20 and 23, we had pretty good technology as far as, I mean, we didn't have giant cranes like we do now, but supposedly he did it all by himself,
And that's the
and
thing.
no one knew about it, essentially.
It's hard to believe.
But I mean, it's not a very big place. Like, it doesn't span,
Yeah.
acres. It's right in the middle of Miami, basically. But it's cool to see, and it's big enough to where you're like, if if you set out to do it today, it would be a monumental task if for one man, even with the equipment that we have today.
Yeah.
But even without equipment that we have today, it would be even a more monumental
Now you get
task.
the homeless people that are peeing on the corner,
Yeah.
pissing on his monument. You know what I mean?
Yeah, basically. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Miami. You don't want to
I'm
you
just
don't want to
saying.
stray too far outside of it.
Yeah, yeah. But
You want to stay
but
close.
I just it's always fascinating with Egypt. Like it's my favorite time period. It's got to be. It's always the most fascinating one to talk about.
Yeah, I
How
don't
they
understand. I'm like, what they did, and even like some of the technology that they might have had that we don't know about. That's
well,
the thing that interests me is, what if they had technology
I
and the
think they did.
technology just went away with the time, And as they died, the technology died off, and then who knows where it is? Like we've never really found any of it as far as giant cranes or anything. But
What it could have been like a huge solar flare that took out all electronics that just like,
maybe,
oh, these are all garbage. Let's just throw them away.
maybe. I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
that's the same idea with super ultra old civilizations.
Yeah.
Before the ancient Sumerians.
Yeah.
Like, what if the world was the same essentially? Like we still had trees, we still had lakes and waters, and
And because the thing is, they're still today finding civilizations they've never
yeah.
come across.
Mhm. And they find things in like the rainforest and stuff where the jungle is just grew
It's
over
just,
it and just took it back.
yep.
And what if there's things in the rainforest or places like that to where there's equipment hidden 1,000 feet down. Who knows?
Is that a backhoe? Yeah. You know what I mean?
I wonder if they call it a backhoe.
Uh,
Wonder what they call it.
oh man,
What do you call an ancient crane?
probably like I don't even know.
It's funny because it's funny to think about because they were probably a lot smarter than we were. Just in
And
assuming that like comparatively, relatively speaking, right? Like
yeah,
they're probably a lot smarter than we were to do what they did with what little we assume that they had.
yeah.
Like yeah, we built up this big society, and now we have all
Meanwhile,
these
there's an
same
alien
things.
ship. Yep, go ahead, drop it right there.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like we
Well,
don't
they
know.
they find these fucking cave paintings of alien ships and helicopters and all kinds of shit. That are supposed to be thousands of years
And
old.
like then like people that look like astronauts and aliens,
Yeah.
they have those paintings. Where did they get those or the idea of
Well,
that?
that's what I wonder about. Like, how did they get there?
There it is.
You,
There it is.
you got me one.
You need a little nap time.
It was about 8 of them earlier from you. I let them slide. You see, I tried to be a good guy and let them slide.
My camera's off. You didn't see shit.
Oh, I did. Oh,
I'm
I
just
did.
joking. I'm just joking.
I saw what
But
you were doing, and it was
but
disgusting.
I'm not
Put your
proud of it.
pants back on.
I'm not proud of it.
Is he crying while he's doing it? What the
But
hell?
like imagine that period of time. Like I it sucks that we don't know what actually happened.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Like,
As
we
in
have no
how they
idea.
were built so perfectly. Like just if they messed up by half an inch, a quarter of an inch, those things would never be built the same.
Yeah. I think Emily just fell over.
I want to visit there. I want to go there. I said there's one place I actually want to fly to. Like that'd be like a me and you trip
Yeah,
because
yeah, for sure.
it's very shady.
Yeah.
So like yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That would
yeah,
be.
it's just us. I think we can make it happen.
What's the worst that could happen?
I bet you any money I'll be end up in an Egyptian jail.
Best case scenario, we wind up in an Egyptian jail.
Yeah, exactly.
Worst case scenario, we're sold into
But
slavery or something.
I think we need to make that trip. That'd be a cool trip.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I like on VR. You can play the game The Wanderer, and you can actually like go to these places, go to like the
I
Sphinx and
did
the,
go there, and I'm like,
the
this
pyramids and
place is
stuff.
a fucking sty, dude. I'm like,
Well, you don't realize, like, you see all these pictures of the pyramids and stuff. You don't realize that it's just like, what's a good example?
like like New York City and Times or and what's the
Yeah, it's like
fucking
right next to it. You know what I
like
mean? Like,
what's that Central Park?
yeah, Central Park.
Or-
Yep.
it's like you're at a Pizza Hut and you're like, oh, there's the pyramids.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
you know what I mean? It's that
Exactly.
close.
Yep.
But like, dude, we'd have to go there. It'd be really weird, but I would probably dress up in the whole outfit. I'm not saying, but I'm not. I don't want to disrespect,
Great. We're gonna go to jail for fucking
but I will be.
racism or something.
That'll be the ultimate
I don't
disrespect.
I don't think they take that as well as we do here.
Probably not, but I do want to show my respect by dressing up like the culture.
God, we're gonna die.
First thing is I'm on like a pig roast. They bound my hands.
You're on one of those turnstiles and they're just turning.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. But I'm just saying we have to go there. Like that's a must do.
That would be hilarious. The turnstile just cooking.
Yep, I can see it.
I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm on your side, guys. Fucking medium rare, please.
Yeah, of course you would.
Listen, there ain't enough room for both of us on there, bro. One of us got to take one for the team.
Give me his cheeks. You would.
Oh, that's terrible.
Other than that, I mean,
good times.
Yeah, it's definitely good times. But I think we got to dive deep into one of those. Even time travel, space, and
time travel for sure. I'm down.
And definitely some ancient civilizations. Hopefully, like Sunday, we can do this. I want to really dive deep into like some of the things, like just read about it and talk about it, because there are some that are so fucked up. And just about like imagine the people that I find it still fucking really weird that there's still civilizations out there, like by Papua New Guinea, that will kill you if you even go to their island.
Yep.
Like that journalist that went there, he's like,
I think recently they've had people that go there and like they become more accepting or whatever. But I don't know what you have to do to go there.
This is what we call a desert eagle.
I want to know. I want to know what they're trying to hide on that island, dog. That's what I want to know.
Like, exactly, dude. like
you go past the trees, they have a whole city like underground. Like, it looks like Manhattan, but it's only better.
Exactly.
There's nobody peeing on the streets.
But imagine those people. Like, do they think we're aliens? You know what I mean? They don't travel. They just stay on that island. And I want to know if they keep populating, where's the food?
And at some point, aren't they all inbred? Like, you know.
Oh, guaranteed.
How many centuries can you breed with the same 12 people?
I mean, but if you look at it this way, if you want to go off that, Adam and Eve, isn't everyone?
Didn't we just have an art conversation a little while ago?
Okay, you know, I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. But I'm just saying.
I feel like we did this already. I gotta provoke me.
I'm just saying.
I want to know what they're hiding.
I'm just saying. They're hiding something. Some people believe in flat Earth, Ian, and then there's people that are, you know, I believe in the globe.
I'll do another flat Earth episode too, dog. You know me.
All right, I'm down. I got the David Weiss app still. Don't test me.
You know what? I don't know. I might actually still have that app. I don't know. This is an update for it yet.
You got a new phone by then. You had the flip phone by then.
Oh, that's right. I did, didn't I?
Yeah, you had the flip phone then.
I missed my flip phone. I'm gonna get another one, I think.
Actually, whatchamacallit, Tom at our work, he has the new one. And I'm like, dude, that thing's nice. I'm like,
does he really?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna have to get that thing.
Dude, they're dope.
He's like, dude, I love this phone. He's like, it's the only phone they had in stock. I'm like, the flip. I gotta say that Android does and LG make great phones, dude.
Yeah.
Compared to the iPhone, it's a completely different look every single time.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even the new Z Fold 5 that came out, I have the 4, a completely different style to it than mine. And it's very nice. It's very flush. It's all symmetrical. Mine is not. The 4s are not. They're a little bulky, but yeah, definitely. I would love that flip phone.
I was one of the first. Well, I got the very first flip. Flip, the original flip, and I got it early on when it first came out. So people had seen commercials for it or whatever, but like 90% of the people I ran into, they're like, "Dude, what the fuck is that, man? That's the coolest thing ever!" Like, I had more conversations over that phone than I did about anything else. Like, just random.
Oh yeah, dude.
I go to Universal and I pop it open in line. Everybody's like, "Oh man, dude, what's that? Anything dope." I'd go to a bar or something and pop it open, and they're like, "Oh man, I want to check it out."
It's just half your dick, and then when you open it, it's full dick.
You see, I was trying to keep it classy, and
no, not me. I'm gonna ruin it every time.
This is why we can't have a serious podcast.
Yeah, I know, but I do want. I want to try that phone out. I want to go. I think I might want that.
It was just too fragile for me originally.
Now,
which is weird
Man,
because I didn't.
do
I
you
didn't
need
even
an
like.
energy drink?
I do.
Yeah, I
I've been-
figured. I figured.
I just had a whole Coke. I don't know what. Hold
Yeah,
on, let me
you
finish
mean
that.
a 6 of them? Jesus Christ.
I didn't finish it all. That's my
That
excuse for
was your
buying.
second refill.
That's my excuse for buying like extra larges. Well, I'm not gonna finish it all.
Exactly.
Terrible
But
excuse.
I gotta say though, that flip phone, I like how they added 2 batteries in it. So you have, you know what I mean? There's 2
Yeah.
batteries in the top and the bottom half, right?
Yeah. My battery lasted fine. I didn't have a lot of problems with my battery
I
on that
haven't
one.
I haven't charged my phone today at all, and I'm at 32% right now.
I tell you what, this battery that I got the S22 now.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, I guess it's okay, but it's like I don't know. If I'm on it too much, the battery goes quick, and depending on what I'm doing or whatever. Like right now, and I really haven't used it a lot today. It's at 43%,
Yeah.
and I charge it every night or whatever before I go to bed. But I don't know, man. I had that. What Apple did I have that I wanted to kill myself with?
I think it was like
That little
the
iPhone, like 13 or something, the small one.
of course you go small.
It was
I don't know. You got the
that battery
small.
lasted for about 19 minutes, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like,
You
this
should have
is the
gone.
most terrible thing ever.
You should have gone with like the regular iPhone, like this regular size.
No, it's terrible too. It's iPhone. You have
Still
like
good.
iPhone age or something.
I still like them. I like.
I bet you
I like
do.
them both. I like them both, but I do like my Z Fold. My Z Fold does everything I need. Like it's really good for editing because I can open up
Yeah,
the screen and really like I can really get into an app on it. So it's really nice.
yeah. See, I don't know. I've always been an Android guy, Android guy. So I don't know. I can't do Apple. I want to hang myself when I do Apple. It's terrible. The worst thing
All right.
ever. Don't do it ever. Anybody, trust me.
Apple's good. I don't know about you.
No,
I have Android, but I like Apple.
only way to go. Only
Other
way to
than
go.
that,
All
other
right, I
than
think
that, call it a night.
so.
That was a fun
Wrap
podcast.
it.
I'd say Sunday we're gonna do a podcast. If anyone's listening, we're gonna do one. We'll release it Sunday
They stopped listening a long time ago, bro.
after we brought up my mama. But
It's been just us for a long time.
it's not a bad. I love these conversations though. We're gonna do a podcast and we're gonna actually dive deep into ancient civilizations and maybe a little bit more of time travel and some space. But
Love that.
really want to do mainly just ancient civilizations. Get into those. Get into our real roots. You know what I mean? I want to really get into it. So we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about some that like most of you probably don't know. So
We'll
other
get
than
into
that,
some obscure stuff.
maybe we can get Taylor in here for a podcast and
Maybe.
make fun of him for a little bit.
I'm down. I'm always down for that.
Oh yeah. But you guys have a great night. Thank you for listening. Don't forget
Good.
to comment and review and